Let's start with an uncomfortable truth. Most people generate strategies using methods which are linear. They put a stake in the ground for some grand idealized future and then reverse engineer the single path back to a much smaller starting point. This will steal the show with the board of directors, of course. After all, who doesn't want guaranteed growth tightly described in a PowerPoint slide deck? But there's one major drawback. It doesn't work. Corporations don't live in isolation. None of us can control every variable, nor can we map out all scenarios or predict all possible outcomes. Stuff happens. By participating in the market, you shape it. In fact, the more successful you are, the greater the reaction you will stimulate in your customers and competitors. And in response to their response, you modify your strategy, and so the feedback loop goes. So wouldn't it be much better to use a method which reflects this reality in the first place? Yes, and that's what you'll get on the Human's Guide to Strategy. Let me lay out the 2-day program. You'll start by seeing the landscape in which you operate, looking at the market and the organization to examine pressures and trends upon it. You will then focus on the question, where can we go from here? And from the possible paths forward, you'll select which ones you want to follow. This requires that you make decisions on markets and segments that you want to focus on, as well as then understanding how will you be better and different than the competition. Naturally, we need to put a plan in place to deliver. What resources will you need? Assets, people, time, cash, etc. And then you'll need to agree on how to assess your success. What leading and lagging indicators will you put in place in order to steer the ship forward in the right direction? Obviously, we'll constantly be checking for internal cohesion. Your actions will influence your market and organization in unpredictable ways, especially if you're successful. So you constantly monitor around and around. Onto the skeleton, we add muscle to give it strength. These muscles are tools to help us answer the key questions at each stage. So what will you walk away with? 3 things. 1. A strategy process which reflects reality. 2. A bag of tools and templates for building a strategy that chimes with your culture. 3. A strategy that is clear and compelling and can be recorded on one piece of paper. Why is this last one so important? Because it gives you strategy gravity. Your strategy has to be so compelling it attracts, pulls in talent, and this piece of paper is your magnetic core. Bring your team to the workshop, begin the process of building strategy gravity.